Welcome to our JNSF, Sales and Marketing, blog. It's the best place where great sales and marketing professionals meet. True? All the same, it's nice to meet you again. This week we are going to reveal some shocking news that may blow your socks away from your feet. Serious? Jokes aside, you may be interested to know there is a common saying by Tyrell Wellick: give a man a gun, he will rob a bank. Give a man a bank, he will rob the world. With this quote we will reveal the naked truth about banks and their questionable deeds. Alright, if you can still remember, the financial crises back in 2007 and 2008 caused many banks to go bust. Really? Believe me, it is to our advantage to know how they operate. These knowledge are the keys to help us to understand their duties, either good or bad. Fact and figures obtained about them can certainly help us to make wise decisions when we or our companies work with them. Hence, we ask ourselves this question: who wants to experience bad things to our monies held by the banks? That is why in this newsletter we need to know and be cautious of our monies held by these institutions. Agree or not? One moment please. Before speaking another word, may I introduce myself as Madam Sophia, the virtual assistant to CTM Joseph NG, your sales and marketing e-coach and e-mentor. Alright, without further ado, here is a red hot news. Red alert! Read alert! Read alert! Alliance Bank expected to see robust recovery 7. Believe it or not, it was reported that without any doubts the e-opening of economy, SMEs, growth provide boost. Period. Petaling Jaya, Alliance Bank Malaysia BHD, ABMB, is expected to see a pickup in loan growth for its third quarter, Q3, ended December 31, 2021. Thanks to the reopening of the economy and the anticipated recovery of small and medium enterprises, SMEs. 7. This could help improve the lender's asset yield, as well as interest margin amid lower funding cost. In addition, with a sound capital position, the smallest banking group also has the capacity to declare a higher dividend payout ahead, says AM Investment Bank Research, AMInvest. The brokerage maintained its buy call on Alliance Bank, with an unchanged fair value of Rm 3.80 based on estimated return on equity ratio of 9.7% for the financial year ending March 31, 2023, FY23, and price to book value, P/BV, of 0.9 times. In its report yesterday, AMInvest said it continued to like Alliance Bank's stock for its attractive valuation, trading at 0.8 times FY23 P/BV. Improving outlook on the group's asset quality, and normalizing dividend payouts with improved earnings. We see room for stronger improvement in interest margin ahead, coming from higher asset yield and lower funding cost due to a higher mix of save plus deposits, it said. Coming from a subdued loan growth of 0.2% year-on-year, YOY, in Q2 of FY22, AMInvest anticipated underwriting for new loans to pick up pace in Q3 of FY22 after the reopening of economy, which would improve the group's asset yield. We see a likelihood of SME loans gaining traction in line with a stronger growth in working capital financing for businesses seen in the banking system in October at November 2021, it explained. For consumer loans, the group will focus more on conventional mortgages, which are less risky compared to Alliance 1 Account 5 loans, it added. In its net interest margin, NIM, estimates, the brokerage noted it had factored in an improvement in interest margin of 10 basis points, BPS, in FY22 and 4 BPS in FY23 for Alliance Bank. For FY23, the forecast had taken into account a 25 BPS hike in the overnight policy rate, OPR, from 1.75% to 2% in the second half of 2022. AMInvest estimated that every 25 BPS hike would expand the group's NIM by 3 to 4 BPS. Meanwhile, it said, with the healthy capital position, we see room for a potentially higher dividend payout between 45% and 50% from the present 40% and the first half of FY22. Prior to COVID-19, Alliance Bank payout ratio stood at 48% for FY18 and FY19. In general, there is growing optimism for the banking industry, as loan growth has been accelerating since the government lifted movement restrictions. Research, for instance, noted the healthy pickup in momentum since last September, driven by an acceleration in the business segment. Additionally, we anticipate that consumer demand will remain robust on the back of more optimistic trends, the brokerage said. Moving into 2022, we expect a more robust loan growth of 5.8% from the 5.2% projected earlier. We believe the expansion will be fueled by a 5.9% and 5.8% YoY growth in corporate and consumer loans, respectively, it added. Ta Research, however, was less optimistic on NIM growth. It said while an anticipated 25 bps increase in OPR is positive for NIM, banks were expected to restart competition for loans and deposits on brightened macroeconomic prospects, hence weighing on NIM. Despite potential earnings risks, TA Research maintained its overweight call on the banking sector, citing the resilience of the banking system, supported by healthy liquidity and capital buffers to absorb potential losses and support lending activities. It also noted the proactive monitoring by the central bank, continued repayment and debt rehabilitation assistance for targeted borrowers, and a conducive interest rate environment as positive factors for the sector. In addition, Ta Research said its positive outlook was also supported by the sector's attractive P/BV valuations, which are currently less than 1.0 times. We maintain that valuations are inexpensive against a 5-year and 10-year P/BV valuation cycle, it said. End of red hot news extracted from open printed source dated January 11, 2022. By the way, are you pleased with this week's bulletin? I hope you do. As for myself, it is very inspiring. You ask why? These true down-to-earth help by civic-minded bankers are willing to give a helping hands to Malaysian entrepreneurs make Malaysia to be great again. Together we can help each other and our country to survive well during the MCO, COVID-19 difficult periods and the disastrous floods. Agree or not? P.S. Please give us a thumbs up. Also do subscribe to our channel so you would not miss out any of our practical and useful video clips. We love your feedbacks to improve the quality of our weekly bulletin. Alright.
Thank you, Madam Sophia, for allowing me to share the other half of this week's bulletin. In case you don't know me, my name is Madam Florence, another virtual assistant to CTM Joseph NG, your sales and marketing e-coach and e-mentor. Without further ado, here is a fully and 100% free chapter. With no strings attached. Alright. Chapter 21, Conclusion for Book, How to Close Every Sale Every Time. Quote, in this sales profession, no one limits your income but you. There are no income ceilings. Tom Hopkins, author of a bestseller book, How to Master the Art of Selling. Believe me, this final chapter of book on how to close every sale every time may be the last. But before we part company, may I share with you of my own personal life in selling with you long before I could master the art of closing. Trust me, it is no bed of roses. In fact, I started off as a low-paying semi-government clerk. I was pen pushing for several years before I finally got into part-time commission sales. Just peddling items from door to door. I started with little education, no skills, no friends, no money, no opportunities, and no contacts. However, the only opportunity of learning about sales came from observing salespeople who have sold me many products and service when I was struggling to better myself. From that limited beginning, by learning and practicing the ideas I've written about in this book. Starting from a part-time direct salesperson to sales manager and then to a marketing manager. Truly, I've been able to go from the bottom of a part-timer to a full-fledged sales professional. In truth, I've worked with all levels of sales personnel and move all the way to the top. I have been able to move from cheap budget hotels to a beautiful condo on a golf course. I've gone from eating in cheap food stalls to dining in the finest restaurants in the world. And so can you. I don't consider myself to be a great salesman. I have met men and women who could sell circles around me. But I am a professional salesman. In the long run, I have been able to outperform and outsell virtually every salesperson I've ever met and many I've never seen, because I have followed a logical process of professional selling, as described in this book. You don't have to be a super salesperson and leap tall buildings with a single bound. But you do have to take your profession seriously and study it as a doctor or lawyer would study his or her profession. However, you do have to be attentive to the details, because you are talking closing the sale of your products or services that affect other people's lives. You have to work on yourself as hard as you work on your craft. You have to study, learn, and grow on a daily basis. You have to accept that all the steps on selling counts, including closing the sale. You have to commit yourself to becoming one of the finest salespeople of your generation. And when you do all this, the future that lies before you will be virtually unlimited. There has never been a time or place in all of history where an excellent salesperson could live a finer life than he or she can, right now, right here, in our economic system. There are no limits to how far or how high you can go in the profession of sales. As you become better, you will sell to more and better customers. You will be paid more and more. You will earn the respect and esteem of the people around you. You will take complete control of your own life and your own destiny. You will be able to take charge of everything that happens to you. You will be able to achieve levels of financial independence, success, satisfaction, joy, and self-fulfillment greater than you could ever imagine. Make no mistake, nothing can make you a defeated sales profession now or in the future. Hence be motivated when you feel that your sales competitor is eating into your market share. The words of a Chinese warrior Sun Tzu has words to drive out this fear. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. I look forward to hearing from you, or seeing you personally at my e-seminars. In the meantime, don't just have a good day, go out there and make it a good day. Good luck. P.S. Here is a goodbye gift from me to you, a hand-picked YouTube video clip. Web links. End of chapter 21. By the way, did you find this book's chapters, conclusion, very revealing? In truth, it is very motivating and convincing, especially towards our evergreen and oldest profession. Agree or not? Come to think of it, we know it is a lengthy video, yet we want to congratulate you for watching this clip up to now. Make no mistakes, we are committed to your growth, self-development, and you get to choose us to be your partner in the long journey to your success in selling and marketing. Needless to say, since you have watched this clip up to now, you have earned more free bonus gifts of more free chapters of the book, How to Close Every and Every Time. This bonus chapter will be weekly awarded to you until the book's final chapter. Happy. P.S. By the way, did you find this book's chapters, conclusion, very revealing? In truth, it is very motivating and convincing, especially towards our evergreen and oldest profession. Agree or not? Come to think of it, we know it is a lengthy video, yet we want to congratulate you for watching this clip up to now. Make no mistakes, we are committed to your growth, self-development, and you get to choose us to be your partner in the long journey to your success in selling and marketing. Needless to say, since you have watched this clip up to now, you have earned more free bonus gifts of more free chapters of the book, How to Close Every and Every Time. This bonus chapter will be weekly awarded to you until the book's final chapter. Happy. P.S. Thank you for watching this video. Also, it is worth noting in the comments section there are other professionals like you with same goals and aspirations striving to become better professional. And that is why we are eager to know which a part of this conclusion you treasure most. Hoping you will share with us so that we can help each other grow faster and stronger. Least you forget these sharing will continue in the Facebook, LinkedIn, and of course in our club's president email, josephsing@gmail.com. Alright. Thank you again. We hope to meet you again, next week. Goodbye and best wishes. From me, Madam Florence, Madam Sophia, and CTM Joseph.